Break up your time in the following ratio, 80-20%, and I'll explain how later. This is an incredibly valuable video, and I notice that many people watch but don't subscribe. And so I'm asking you, if you like my content, please subscribe, because it helps me help you. So let me get down to it. Successful people train their awareness, and they use this method, the 80-20 method. It's 80% your conditioning, it's 80% your mindset, your energy, the version of you that you bring to the table, to the world, to the matrix, to the field. And that, the 20% what you do is on the outside. Now the trap is that most people have this totally backwards. And they're 80% focused on all the doing and 20% on their inner game, which is wrong. Results and things shift. And this is the exact journey that I'm going to tell you how to use, that you get to when you use this 80-20 rule. So let's break it down, what it looks like, and let me get specific and clear. Specific action so that you know exactly how to condition yourself from the inside out, so that you can step into automatically your next higher version of yourself, your 2.0 level. You're flipping time to your advantage. Of course, it calls for a greater level of commitment to yourself, to your manifestations. You deserve what you want. So let's get clear on what you truly desire. Allow yourself to be one of those people who apply methods and manifest. Successful people do things differently from people who are not successful. Simple as that. Because success is really basically just a method. And so some say, I'm choosing to become a masterful manifester, and that starts with the intention, that starts with the decision and the choice from within you. Give yourself the permission to start expecting miracles through this process, because what you focus on expands, and you always get what you expect. Note, there's a difference between wishing, hoping, and expecting. So get clear and precise on your focus point. Expecting is definite. When you have the tracking number of the envelope in which the check was sent by registered mail, you're relaxed and you're simply expecting it to arrive anytime. You're not worried. You know it's going to come. You've got the tracking of the check. So you don't check your mailbox 10 times a day, do you? So you're not putting any negative pressured energy out there. Manifestation can feel overwhelming. So I want you to focus on one area of your life and relax, because every area is connected. So if you focus on one area, it is going to affect all the other areas. So what are those areas of your life? Well, we've got health, we've got wealth, financial and other. We have relationships of all types. That include your family relationships, your intimate relationships, your working relationships. We have your inner mindset. We have emotions. Are you controlled by your emotions, or are your emotions in a great place? So what about your purpose? And what about your mission? And also your passion? How much fulfillment you're having in your life? Are you fulfilled? Because then there's contribution. And of course, we have spirituality. Now, these areas of life are not in any special level of hierarchy. They're not. It's important that you tune in right now and actually ask yourself, hey, what area of my life really requires my attention right now? And I invite you to pick the area that you're maybe not so masterful at. If you're really, really great at earning money and at managing money, but there's some challenges going on with your health, well, I'd suggest you pick health in order to really accelerate that and to go deeper. Now, each goal requires specific tasks and actions to complete and get done. I'd like to call this your soul work, and it is going to accelerate you forward on the 80%. The feeling, I call that the feeling above the head, above the neck, and below the neck. Above the neck is the head, below the neck is the heart. And then the 20% that goes above your head, and shift it and change that strategy and the action that you then take in your life. So start by asking yourself, what am I really, honestly, actually committed to do to reaching my goals? I hope it's the 80%. Remember, the deep 80% recalibration requires commitment. Are you committed to achieving your goals? Are you committed to showing up every single day, even though the outside says, no, come on, you're losing your time? Are you committed to not being distracted by things in your life and in your reality? You know, let's say you want to make money and nothing works. Don't let that affect you. Stay committed to your goal. Are you committed to going deep within yourself and to being totally raw and totally real? It's up to you to create your commitments. But those are some ideas for you to go a little bit deeper. And next, ask yourself, what is going to be your focus point? And pick one area, like I said before, where you are going to be working. You're going to change and you're going to be working. You're going to have the opportunity to look at this from a larger, long-term, specific manifestation. Pick your focus point. Ask yourself how you are now committed to integrating this 80%, 80-20% rule into your life. What are you going to do in order to focus on that 80%? How you're feeling below the neck, in your whole body. Maybe you're going to create time in the morning to have a morning ritual. Maybe you're committed to seeing yourself at a deeper level, to looking inside of yourself at a deeper level, the journey within. Maybe you're committed to learning more tools. Specific manifestation tools allow yourself to go deeper into that 80%. I want you to write out 3 specific commitments so that you can really anchor this in. And when you've done this, I'm going to invite you to look at the steps of creating your next 3 months from the future you, but today. It's a bit like the 1985 vintage movie that was called Back to the Future. The simplified message is break up your 80-20 ratio, your rule. Like I said, successful people really understand this and they do it automatically. Some others have really, focused on applying it. It comes from your mindset, your energy, your conditioning. And like I said, 20% above the neck is just your head. Look how small it is compared to the rest of your body. Your body feels, that's why it's the 80%. So identify your focus area, 1. Next, choose one life area that needs improvement. Health, wealth, relationships, mindset, emotions, purpose, passion, contribution, spirituality. Next, focus on an area where you are less masterful to create significant change. 4th, set clear commitments. 5, define your commitments to achieve that goal. 6, commit to showing up daily, avoiding distractions and being honest with yourself. 7, integrate that 80% and allocate time each day for your mindset work, such as a morning ritual. Write down those commitments because that really helps when you write them down. It helps anchor it in. Plan from the future, visualize your life 3 months from now, and work backwards so that the plan can unroll. And that's going to happen as your vibrations will be in the flow, right? So make precise goals, be clear, be specific about what you want, expect miracles. What you focus on expands, and it all starts with a decision. By following these steps and by focusing on your inner game, you're going to transform your life. You're going to achieve much higher levels of success. So goodbye for now and good luck. And if you need any help, just book a call with me. Okay? Bye.